the way I think I've seen things in New Zealand, or the way I grew up in New Zealand, is you always had like the strong pride and affiliation to like Maori heritage, and like it was a thing that cemented in you from when you were young. And like you can be in school and have the option to like learn Te Reo Māori without it being an extra thing. It's just part of the curriculum or whatever. And when we're taught New Zealand history, we're taught New Zealand history in full or whatever. There's no subsection for like Māori or this. And then like back home, I remember like, man, one of the proudest things for us is embracing that part of like New Zealand culture, embracing that Māori. From like the haka we do at basketball games, at rugby games, like it was a big thing when you got to be captain, to be able to do the haka. Like you actually go through like, some teams, you go through like an initiation process where you learn about the value of it, you learn about the importance of it, you learn the significance of what it means to be able to do this. You learn all these things that like, I felt like growing up were just common sense thing to learn, because like we're in this dual society that's made up of different people to create its history. And then coming here, it was like a whole different reality, because like there's already like that weird, eerie silence about the indigenous community, and like nobody, first off, wants to face what happened. And it's like, okay, if you can't talk about it, like, you know, how's anything else ever gonna happen? And like the invisibility of the indigenous community here, like, tripped me out. Like, they are, in New Zealand, you can't go to like a museum and like not be exposed to Māori culture. It's part of who we are. But like here, I'm like at galleries and I'm asking, where can I find like indigenous heritage of this country here? And they're like, oh, you gotta go to like Sydney, or you gotta go to here, or you gotta go to here to ask this person, to ask this author. And I'm like, man, that's crazy. Like, that's berserk. And it's kind of like just seeing how like things are presented here was like, it tripped me out. Especially like I was saying, like my younger brother, they went to high school there. And one time I remember he came to me and he was like, and even in the conversation I had a couple of weeks ago with like a teacher, and she was like, yeah, so like, cause I was kind of like, man, I don't understand how like, I said something about diversity, and then she was like, you know, sometimes it could be a lot of work. And I was like, well, what exactly do you mean by that? And then she was like, well, I'm a teacher, and it could be such a hassle when you're teaching Australian history and they tell you have to go teach like, you know, Aboriginal history, so you gotta go find some article in the book, print it out, and like come and give the kids who really don't want to do it. And I looked at it, I'm like, man, I don't think it's the kids, I think it's you. The fact that like when you're teaching Australian history, you have to pause because indigenous history is not ingrained in Australian history, to go find a section that you're gonna copy and print out to come back. I was like, what kind of Australian? I'm like, the Australian history they talk about, in my mind, is less than like, I might be wrong, like 300 years old, right? Since like they occupied Australia, 400 or something. Indigenous history is like 40,000 years old, and I'm like, and they get an article, and you guys get the book, and I was like, come on, like, you know, stuff like that. And like, I don't know, it just tripped me out how like two countries that are like borderline sister countries can be so different. And like, for like, I almost feel like here at times it could be like for the worst. It's kind of, I don't like that I can go to galleries here and like not be able to know about like the indigenous community that live there. That's kind of like, I feel like that's borderline disrespectful. And like, this is just from my observation. I mean, I don't know how everybody else feels or whatever, but I'm like, that's sad. And like, I've heard people like talk about like, oh, but there's so many languages. I was like, man, it's not even about that. If you could be in that place and talk about that community in that place and their language, do that. Like, you don't even do that. And I was like, I don't know. Like, it's, man, we got our issues in New Zealand, but it's so different to like how it is here. Like, the fact that like, I said this the other week, I was like, one thing I found fascinating about like Australians and like other people, but like particularly Australians lately, is like they're more worried about looking racist than racism. And I was like, that's such a trip. I was like, man, you would sit there and be like, no, I'm not racist, but the house of some dude is burning, but you're concerned about looking racist. And I was like, man, that is crazy to me, but you know, each to their own. So that's just my observation from like what I see. Wani Le Frére is a student. I think it's important to always be in an attitude of learning and like understanding, so you can be receptive to things that are around you. I think I'm always learning about like who I am and my place in the world, in society and community, and how I fit into that, and how like I can unlearn some of the things that I've learned that could be detrimental to those around me or whatever. And I feel like I'm consistently and always and forever will be learning, because I feel like the moment you stop learning, you really stop living, and you just start like existing and just being. You can never know everything, and if you're not open to want to know, you're not open to learn, if you're not a student first before anything else, I think that can be quite destructive. I feel like from like poetry, I want to learn new ways to create. I want to learn new ways to understand. From like being around people, I want to learn new and better ways for relationships, to be around people. I want to learn new ways of being, I don't know, wherever. But I always want to learn. And I think like Wani Le Frére as a student, first before anything else. And I'm a brother, I'm a son, I'm a cousin, I'm a friend. I think I'm just a kid from the Congo, who grew up music, who has lots of parts that help make him who he is. And none of the parts are bigger or less than the other, but they'll make me who I am. That's all. Diversity, to me, is reality. It's like what we live. It's like what you walk down the street and see. It's what we eat. Like everything around us is so diverse. It's like that's our world. But I find it really sad when diversity is not reflected in what we see and hear, because that's not reality. That's not true to like who we are, and like that's messed up. And diversity to me truly is like a reflection of what's real and what's concrete and what's right now and what should be seen and heard in the media, music, or whatever. But it's not. But yeah, diversity is reality to me.